You want to get jacked, I want to get jacked. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Most people think, oh, I struggle with energy because I just need more caffeine, I need more energy drinks, I need more kind of energy to go moving forward so I can do more training, so I can be better in the gym. But that is not the reason why you are so lack of energy. There are certain things you're doing with your diet, with your sleep. They are the main two important things when it comes to actually how you get your energy and how you continuously. They are the two main things. They are the two main components on how you're gonna draw back your energy. They are the main two components on how to get your energy back. They are the main two components on what your energy kind of derives from. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix your sleep. And in this video, I'm going to show you what sleep is, what kind of types of sleep there actually. And in this video, I'm going to show you what sleep really is, what types of sleep there are, and exactly how to improve it. Give me this next 8 minutes and I'll show you exactly how to fix that. Right, so we have two types of sleep. You've got deep sleep and then you've got REM sleep. So deep sleep is the first few hours of your sleep. And this will be the most important one for those people that want to get absolutely stacked and jacked. This is the one that's going to be the most important. So this is where your growth hormone is a hormone. Growth hormone is then, that's when it's obviously then released. And it's at its highest, which will help you with recovery. So it repairs cells and makes them stronger. So that's where you're in your deep sleep. That is the most important kind of sleep in my opinion. Yes, REM sleep is important, and that's going to be more afterwards. That's going to be the second kind of thought, and you go through kind of 90-minute cycles. So you go through 90-minute cycles of kind of REM sleep, and that is there for your brain function. So if you want a massive brain, get your REM sleep in. That's my advice. So you've got them two types of sleep. So you've got your deep sleep, and then you've got your REM sleep. Deep sleep, first few hours, when growth hormone is released, really helps with the recovery, makes muscles stronger. And that's where you're gonna get bigger. And then your REM sleep occurs in 90-minute cycles, and obviously will help you with your brain function. And now getting into kind of how you can improve it. The first thing is gonna be important, and this links really well to deep sleep, and that is gonna be your sleep and wake times. You notice how a lot of people, when they do get sleep at different kind of periods throughout the day, where they go, I sometimes sleep 8 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours, 9 hours. This is where they're completely going wrong. Sleep is not like a bank. You can't just bank up sleep. And once you've kind of lost sleep, it becomes very, very hard to kind of gain that back. And obviously, just because deep sleep is that first couple of hours, that does not mean that you get that every single time you go to sleep. Say you usually go to sleep at 10 and you wake up at 6 a.m. for example, you're getting that solid 8 hours of sleep. But let's just say one day you are a little bit later and you go to sleep at kind of say midnight. What that's going to do is it means you've missed that important first few hours. That doesn't just happen in them first couple of hours. You've missed them because your body is then thinks, because your body works in a kind of 24-hour clock, a circadian rhythm. Basically, your body then thinks it should be asleep at about 10, so you're then missing out on that deep sleep. It skips that deep sleep, and the quality of your sleep just isn't as good. So that's the most important part, that you have sleep and wake times, and make sure they're consistent. For me, I'm asleep by 9 p.m. and I wake up at 5 a.m. And that is every single day. Maybe on a Saturday, Sunday, I'll be half an hour. On the weekend, I'll be half an hour out. Maybe stay awake till 9:30 and wake up at 5:30. That's not a massive issue. Half an hour here and there is not too bad. The problem comes when maybe you go to bed at 9, but then there's like a few days of the weekend you go, oh, I'm going to stay up till 1 a.m. and wake up at, say, 7 a.m. That's 6 hours of sleep, so you're not getting as much quantity of sleep. The quality is not going to be as good because your body, in the first 2 hours between 9 and 11, that's probably when it's getting this deep sleep and get that deep quality sleep, so the sleep's not going to be as good. So that's the most important part when it comes to sleep and waking times. In terms of kind of how to set that, and the main important thing is it's going to be really good. It's actually going to be very counterproductive to a lot of people, where it's going to be in the morning. That's where you're going to figure out your circadian rhythm. So when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you want to do is get outside. Get outside first thing in the morning, get vitamin D, get sunlight in. This is important because it resets your circadian rhythm. It suppresses your melatonin production. So it means you're less tired, it means you're more energy, more alert in the morning. And then obviously that means it sets a clock on the body to go, right, that's when I now know when to kind of naturally raise the melatonin levels, make you feel more tired, make you feel obviously more relaxed, so you can actually go to sleep after that. So most important thing, vitamin D in the morning. And then the next one for me is going to be your caffeine intake. I know you've said this before, I know you brother. You've said caffeine doesn't affect me. Yes, it does. You're lying to yourself. Because I still get this quality of sleep. I still get 8 hours of sleep. Yes, but you're not getting that deep sleep. So what caffeine does, caffeine interrupts that kind of deep sleep in the first couple of hours, and it takes a long time for caffeine to get out of your system. I would cut caffeine 8 to 10 hours before bed. So let's just say you're like me, use me for example, I go to bed at 9. I'll be cutting caffeine at 11 a.m. Probably noon would be the latest I ever have caffeine. So I'll have caffeine at that time, and then I'll completely cut that. It stays in your system for 8 to 10 hours. So I would completely cut that. The next one is going to be cold and dark room. Core body temperature needs to be cold when you're going to bed, because what is the worst feeling? You see when it gets warm, especially in the UK over the past couple of weeks, why is everyone having such shit quality sleep? And the main important thing is, it's because it's too warm. Once you're able to cool your body temperature, that makes the quality of your sleep 10 times better. And dark, you know yourself, when you go on holiday, for example, and you've got blackout blinds and you've got blackout curtains, how much better is your sleep? How much better is it if you notice it within yourself? Make it dark, either curtains or you can use blinds. But if you can't do that, then it is going to be an eye mask. Eye masks, you can get them from Amazon. They're £7 on Amazon. One of the best investments that I've actually had going forward with the eye mask. Keeps it dark, and it means I'm not waking up during the night when there could be something kind of going on, something could be flashing, and there's light kind of in the room already. The next one is last meal, right? So when it comes to food, you want your last meal 2 to 3 hours before bed. The reason why you do this is because if you have your food too close to when you're going to bed, then your body's going to be digesting food when you're supposed to be sleeping. When it's supposed to be relaxing, when it's supposed to be sleeping, you're actually then digesting the food that can impact the, again, deep quality sleep, because your body is actually working to burn through the food that you've eaten maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes before you go to bed. And then the last one that I think, once you've kind of got all them nailed, I think you don't really need this, but I would then look into supplements, and I would look into magnesium glycinate. So what that does, what magnesium does, is it promotes relaxation. So take that 2 hours before bed, and you've got all these things nailed on the money, then that's when I would look into supplements. But just to kind of go over a quick little recap. So obviously sleep, in my opinion, the glue that holds the diet and the training together, absolutely massive. You're aiming for around 7 to 9 hours a night. That's usually the sweet spot. And you've got then 2 types of sleep. So you've got your deep sleep, and then you've got your REM sleep. Your deep sleep being the first couple of hours of sleep. This is where growth hormone is then released, and it obviously helps recovery, makes muscles stronger, and obviously the repair of muscles as well, as the main repair of muscles, repair of cells as well. And then your REM sleep, they're usually in 90-minute cycles. You have 90-minute cycles of REM, improving your brain function. That's very, very good. And basically how to fix that, how to improve that, having consistent wake and sleep times is massive. Getting yourself outside, getting some vitamin D, resetting that circadian rhythm is absolutely massive. I would then be looking into caffeine, cutting caffeine at around 8 to 10 hours before you go to bed. Obviously it has a big effect on your deep sleep, and you don't want to really mess with that. Cold and dark room really, really helps in terms of getting into that deep sleep, which is what the sweet spot is there. You can use that through curtains, blinds, or even having an eye mask. Last meal, 2 to 3 hours before bed, making sure all the food's digested and you're obviously then relaxed and you're not kind of pinged full of energy before you go to bed. Also allows the blood sugar levels to kind of drop nice and low, because you're not obviously increasing it, it'll be nice and low, so the energy levels will start to go down, and you'll be obviously producing more melatonin, which will help you feel more relaxed and feel more tired going to bed. And speaking of feeling relaxed, melatonin, magnesium glycinate, add that in 2 hours before you go to bed. If you've got all of these nailed, then that will really help 2 hours before you go to bed. But like I said, sleep is the most important thing. You've obviously got diet, you've got training. Yes, I'd say 80% of the results from your diet, 20% is your training, but the sleep is the glue that holds it all together. Because when you don't get enough sleep, it affects your training, obviously, because you haven't got as much energy levels, you're not recovered as much, so it's going to affect your training. It'll actually affect your diet as well, because especially if you're in the likes of deficit and you're looking to lose weight, it then affects your hunger hormones. Ghrelin, which obviously makes you feel more hungry, and your leptin levels. So your leptin levels that go down, so you don't feel as full when you're eating foods, and then your ghrelin levels will go up, which means you're going to be feeling a lot more hungry as well. It's actually been shown that the average person that sleeps 5 to 6 hours a night, they're on average going to eat 400 calories more per day. So it's absolutely massive that you don't shoot yourself in the foot before you've even really started when in terms of losing weight. That's how important sleep really is. If you like the video, please like the video and subscribe, because I'm going to be dropping more videos like this with the whiteboard. And if you like the videos with the whiteboard, let me know. I'll be doing more of them. But yes, hope you have an absolute banger of a day, my friend, and I'll speak to you soon. Have a good one.